11 of the TT Daily Roundup. Welcome, Lee, to a sunny Isle of Man and a trophy that our co-host has picked up once or twice. This is the sidecar trophy. The sidecar drivers, passengers, they're all behind us.
Attention pilot, all remaining sidecars up onto the start line, please.
All remaining sidecars on the start line,
What
please.
does that mean, Lee?
That means they're getting really nervous right now. I feel a little bit bad, the fact that probably the best person to be here right now doing this isn't here. He's fobbed us off for TV again, hasn't he?
I know, eh? TV. It's a dead art. This is where it's at, right here on the YouTubes. So, Lee, we've got a cram-packed full, not only a full day of racing, but they're trying to squeeze it all into the next couple of hours because of the weather forecast again. Milky, we just saw Milky then, and he said best conditions we've had, but the rain is going to come in eventually, so we've got to get 3 races in pretty sharpish.
Yeah, they're trying to get 3 races in before 2 o'clock, or just after 2 o'clock, so that is hectic. And even for the guys, maybe not so much the sidecar guys, because they've just got their 2 laps this morning, that's them done. But the guys that are jumping straight off, excuse me, straight off the Superstock bikes, then straight onto the Supersport bikes, it's really, really close. There's not a lot of time there, so get refueled, rehydrated, all the things that you need to do, and get ready to go again.
So in terms of laps, we've got a reduction of sidecar laps, so down to 2 laps. We've got a reduction in Supersport laps. Still, regardless of whether you win or you finish on the podium, even though we've knocked a lap off each, it still doesn't mean anything, does it? It's still important.
You're trying to get the fact that I've won a 2-lap TT.
What?
Unbelievable. Yeah,
it still counts, that's what I'm saying, it still counts. It's still a hard race.
Are you trying to reassure me, or are these guys?
It still counts, Lee.
Yeah, I think the only big difference in that is that everybody has to do a mandatory pit stop on the first lap. So we didn't see anyone forget that the other day, but there is a chance. A lot of guys you'll see with the pit board out at the Craig, and that is literally all it will say on there is in, just to remind you to get in on the first lap. So yeah, it's going to be a hectic day's racing.
Right, quickly, predictions. Throw them out there. Winners of sidecars, winners of stock, winner of Supersport. Go.
You know, I would like to see the Crow boys do the double, because it's amazing how focused they still are. You know, so it would have been so easy for them to go off the handle, go out. Manx lads are fond of a beer or two, and all your friends, family, everyone's here, but they've stayed focused and they are as hungry as they were for the first one. It's hard to bet against Michael for the other 2, I believe. He's on good form on both bikes. I believe Davey will have took a big step on the Ducati for the second Supersport race, so they'll have got loads of information, whereas Michael's bike was pretty much at a level, so whether Michael takes more of a step and pushes harder. And then for the Superstock race, it's going to be, Michael, Dean, Davey, Pete.
Usual suspects.
The good thing is the podium's not certain, and then if anything happens to one of them, the next sort of 3 or 4 are all within a sort of group as well, so it's going to be tight. It's
going to be an exciting one. But before the sidecars go, shall me and you, while we've got a couple of minutes, head down to Dom Herbertson and have a quick word with him about yesterday's race?
That's going to take more than a couple of minutes.
Here we are in the Burrows Engineering Garage. Dom Herbertson, the morning after the night before.
Very poetic start to this, isn't it? Actually, the pressure's on.
Have you allowed it to sink in? Has it sunken in?
No, not at all, to be honest. It's mad, you know, you stepped off the bike, and Lee's been in these situations before, you know, you get off the podium and then you're thinking about the next race immediately on that side of things. I'll be honest with you, you know, when you look at the qualifying times and the calibre of lads in that race, you know, you had Mike Brown, Jamie Coward, Hickman, Michael Dunlop, and even going down like Barry Ferber, he was putting in some hellish performances. And considering the weather that we've had, bouncing back to what we had the year before, the pace is just upped.
Yeah. And
there's just no one, like that qualifying pace, everyone was at 120. And me doing 120, I was happy to get on the boat and go home at that point. You know, I was like, well, that's me, I've peaked, let's crack on. So, you know, to be in a clean fight it makes what the Isle of Man special.
It was one of the cleanest fights in the Super Touring race ever.
You think it's a little bit frustrating in the sense where, like you say, you've got that chance to be on the podium yesterday, but yet you're still not. You couldn't go out last night, or obviously there was you were thinking straight away about the race straight after.
Yeah.
So it almost now you have to wait for another 4 or 5 days to be fit to actually take John out and actually buy him a drink?
No, that'll not happen. You know how tight I am, like, you know, it's money's tight on that side of things. But no, I definitely, I tell you who I do a few pints to is Graham Hanna from IFS, because Graham's trusted the Burrows team, and in saying that as well, you know, the Burrows team have had to stick their neck out and say, let's put Dominic on the bike, because Mike Brown the year before put it on the podium, and it's a case of the team and the bike, the mix works. So there was a bit of pressure, not from the lads, but definitely on me going, the bike's capable, I've got to, you know, prove the mustard on that side of things.
More than capable was the rider. So at what point during the race were you like, oh, actually, podium might be on it here?
Well, I saw P2 for me, and like, I've never had so many pit boards in my life. Like, leading up to that, I've only ever had one. I was getting into the last part of this race on the third lap following Hickman going, do not blow up now. You know, so being able to bring it home in front of another friend of mine, Jamie Coward, and Jamie was sticking on the Michael.
That was it. It was a good race between the two of you.
It was.
Obviously, for us to watch, we can see exactly what's going on, but you guys have no idea who you're racing with. Although you get your pit boards, you don't really have an idea of what's truly going on. Because of the delay in those pit boards as well.
And to be honest, like everyone was saying, oh, did you learn a lot from Hickman? I'll be honest with you, I learned a bit, but not as much as I wanted to. And that's not from my knowledge, it's just when he got in front, he broke gaps. Yeah. And there were big gaps, you know, like Waterworks, that BSB experience, you're thinking, where the hell's he gone? To the point I had the confidence through do I dare say, the gnarly stuff. I'm not saying Hickman didn't, but I could just hold that momentum a bit more, being lighter. Like coming out of Joey's onto the mountain mile, I was just
right with him.
I was willing to go for it, you know, and just hold it through. And I could just hold that, and the pattern has got an advantage of being able to hide in it. You could physically see Hickman chasing him. There was a lot of Hickman to hide.
Sticking out,
And I'm like, here we go, like been like a baby shark moment, just singing to myself, trying to chase him down. But it's amazing. It hasn't sunk in yet.
Amazing.
Hasn't sunk in.
You can see that he's still buzzing from it, like even with your facial expression and talking and reliving the race. But yeah, absolutely awesome job for you and the whole team. So like at the point of, we could obviously see your pit board out at the Craig, and did you know at that point that you thought, right, this is in the bag now? Was it 5.5 seconds I think was on the last pit board? Or?
Well, we had everyone's favourite chef in the paddock, Bisto, on the pit board, and I saw 3.5, and
he was trying to give you the giddy up there.
No, I didn't know at that point, and it was just, I remember coming down and I'm going, like me dad, he's not here at the moment, he watches from home with me mother, and I could hear my dad's voice in my head going, you better not mess up signposts, because I'm so weak coming down through the nook, and you're thinking, and at that point, because I knew Hickman was in front, and I thought, this has got to be Jamie. It's got to be Jamie, and I know how strong Jamie Coward rides a bike. He just puts the gum shield in, and I've never been more petrified in my life coming down there going, this is all mine to throw away. But coming in, when I pulled in Park Ferme, there's Paul Phillips directing us in, and I'm sitting there going, any second now they're going to go, there's been a mistake, and I just sat there like I've been told off by me nan going, any second now someone's going to take this away from me. But it's because
normally when you're going through and you don't get your podium, you're always having a look. I always notice that you have a look to see who's finished and where they finished.
You know, at the end of the day, you know, I became a TT rider because I was a TT fan. You know, and you know, you get to roll in and you get to see the result. You know, it's like,
once a fan, always a fan, whether you're on the bike or not. So going into today's racing, obviously we're not on the twin, we have got another twin race. But you must take so much confidence from what you achieved in the twin race to be able to put it onto the big bike and to put it onto the super sport bike.
You know what, it's mad, I feel like there's still pressure on myself because I've come here to try and beat my own time. And the twin, I'll be honest with you, I would have been happy with a top 5. And it wasn't, you know, when they say it's a monkey off your back, that monkey didn't even exist. You know what I mean? You know, when I first ever came to the TT, I thought, podium, you know, people say, oh, we'd like to win one. Like, every idiot would say that, wouldn't they? Oh, I'd love to win a TT.
But
realistically, I know the calibre of riders that come here. And you're thinking, the fact that I've been on the podium, I'm still waiting to wake up. You know, no one can take that away from us. But I've definitely come here with a different ambition, and that's to try and crack my fastest lap today is 130.2. If I leave this island with 130.3, I'll be over the moon.
Are you?
No.
Always want that little bit more.
What's the point in coming here?
Well, I suppose, but then you've got to take into consideration the conditions that are out there.
Oh yeah, but nah, it doesn't matter. It's still a track, you know. You've just got to put the gum shield and go for it, you know. But if I can come here and improve, and that's why I'm very lucky that I'm riding for the RK Burrows team. It's the fact that they just want progression for me, and it's like, you know, their success is my success, and vice versa. You know, you win together, you fail together. You know, it's. Just need to go faster.
Well, from a fan's point of view, it's an absolute pleasure watching you get that podium.
Well, thank you very much.
Good luck today.
Cheers.
And good luck in the Super Twins.
Yeah.
Another podium.
I've got a lot of unfinished business coming up as far as, you know, trying to improve both on the 600 and the stock 1000. And there's also the superbike that the lads are working tirelessly. Sorry, say that with a Geordie accent. Tirelessly. So I know there's a lot of work to be done, and hopefully we're going to improve.
I mean, you say tirelessly, they're all stood here watching you.
I know. They're looking at me going like that in the background. Finish it.
Right, we'll leave you to it. Dom, always a pleasure.
Cheers, man.
Cheers,
Thank you very
mate.
much. Cheers, man.
So once again, the schedule has just been ripped apart, thrown up in the air, and now we're here at 12 o'clock for the Superstock race. So that sidecar race got red flagged with an incident at Waterworks with Todd Ellis and Manu Clement, who were on an absolute flyer. Luckily, rider and passenger both okay, but now it's the turn of the Superstock. So while we're here and we've got a 15-minute delay waiting for a quick oil spill to be cleaned up, let's go and chat to some riders. You might remember this man from 2022. Glenn, it's nice to see you back on the grid. I mean, I'd prefer to see you in leathers, but, you know, that was a choice you made, but you're here to enjoy it as a fan now.
Yeah, I absolutely love the TT. I've been very lucky to spend a few days at Ginger Hall in a hospitality unit, being so close to trackside and sharing my experience with a bunch of people from Australia, New Zealand, America, you know, Wales, Ireland, England, everywhere, and it's been nice. It's nice to have a day off today, but and come back up to this, because this is where you get that feeling like you can't get anywhere else in the world. The stillness on the grid, the adrenaline, the nerves, and it's nice to come and sort of feed that back into myself.
Are you feeling a few of those nerves that you felt the first time you came down when you were actually in your leathers?
It's certainly a lot less now, but I can appreciate and understand exactly what the teams and the riders and the families are all going through, because I have experienced that, and it's a special moment, a great moment, a tough moment, all blended into one, and it's why it makes this place so unique, and ultimately the greatest test, the man and machine. It's a pleasure to be here, and a lot of fans are here as well. Nice to get a little bit of recognition, and it's good fun.
So it's probably the busiest I've ever seen the island. Glenn, enjoy your day off. Just to let you know, you've got a little eyelash just right in the middle there. Don't let it get in your eye.
I didn't do my makeup this morning. You did it.
It's gone. Cheers, Glenn.
Cheers.
Thanks, mate. James, I don't think I spoke to you all week up here. My apologies. How are we doing?
As good as can be, I think, considering what's about to happen. But it's bloody tough this year, innit? That's the one thing. I just, I don't know. We'll see after the race, but I don't know. I'm just going to maximum effort and see what the first bit board says, as always, and try my best.
What more can you do?
Nothing. That is it. So, you know, but the problem is there's a lot of other fast people that are going to be doing the same and making it tough. So, I don't know. Sun's coming out. It's warming up a little bit. So it's a bit nicer it being only a 3-lap race. Everyone I've spoke to, the other guys, were struggling on that 6-lapper. I don't know if it's the wind but maybe where the bikes are getting quicker, they're hard work to hang on to around here now.
But not for 3 laps. 3 laps, you're pretty comfortable with them.
I wouldn't say it's easy, but it's more of a sprint than an endurance. So, but the problem with that is then everyone's going to be going faster on a shorter race. So let's see. But we'll fingers crossed we can be up there and get in the mix.
Give them hell.
I'll try.
Cheers,
Thank
mate.
you. Cheers.
Thank you, James. I'm always nervous around Josh. We'll try and catch his eye if we can, but we'll also try and catch a quick word with Pete as well. Pete's just heading onto the line, so hopefully we'll. You alright? Is that right? I'm always terrified of coming to talk to you on the grid.
Why?
I don't know what
It's
kind
just
of
a motorbike race.
I don't know what frame of mind you're being though.
It's just a motorbike race.
It is just a motorbike race. You're just taking your bike out for a nice leisurely
Well, it's a bit different to that, but at the end of the day, it's just a motorbike race.
It is. You looking forward to it?
Yeah, of course. I mean, yeah, it's just that there's a lot at stake. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You want to do good. You want to better your previous best. You want to get a result. I want to be trying somewhere to get near the podium, which is this year's particularly hard. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
You feeling more comfortable on the Stocker than you are on the Superbike?
Nah, the same. I
Yeah.
like them both equally. Like the Superstock bike's a little easier to ride, but even though the Superbike's like less well behaved, it's like my
Your
bike.
baby.
So
Yeah.
I don't mind it being a bit more, harder to ride. I'm just used to it.
And then in terms of the 3-lap race that we've got now, would you prefer a slightly longer one, or are you happy with that 3-lap?
No, I'm happy enough with 3 laps. I don't think it would really change a lot whether it's 3 laps. Obviously, the opening Superbike race would have been a lot different if it was just 3 laps. But
Yeah.
I think in general, providing there's no big errors or situations occur, 3 laps should dictate the same result as 6 laps.
Yeah.
It's just, obviously 6 is longer, so there's more chance of something going wrong.
Legendary. Right, enjoy your bike race.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, Josh. Thank you. Pete,
Sorry.
how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm all right. I don't think I've spoke to you on the.
You haven't, you've just ignored me and
Sorry.
not winning, so just.
That's it. I don't care. I don't care. If you win this race, we'll be friends again. You're looking forward to this one?
Yeah, absolutely. Superstock's obviously been good for me for the last few years. But competition's good, which is really good, isn't it? We want it to be hard. It doesn't want to be easy.
Well, that's it. Yeah, like we said in that Super Twin race yesterday with Dom. Everyone that got on the podium, everyone that had a good finish, earned every place that they got.
Yeah, unusual for the Super Twins. I think all the top 10. I think Rob Hodgson was the only rider out of the top 10 that had a breakdown.
Yeah.
So wherever everyone finished really was their true kind of form. So no, it's good. And Superstock race normally happens like that as well, doesn't it?
What do you think to the 3-lap format? Do you enjoy it? Would you prefer it slightly longer?
Yeah, I prefer 4 laps.
Would you?
I always would do. I always get stronger throughout the race rather than the short ones. But I need to try and get my finger out a little bit earlier and crack on. But hopefully, the Superstock bike's been going pretty good anyway. Got a good feeling with it. So hopefully the feeling feels the same as I go off down Bray Hill on lap 1, and we'll go from there.
Fingers crossed. Right. Hopefully, I'll be interviewing you down on that fan park in about an hour.
Yeah, about that. Yeah, sounds good.
I'll see you down. I'll meet
See
you
you
down.
then,
It's a
mate.
date.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
Cheers,
Thanks,
dude.
mate.
I keep on falling in and I love with you. Sometimes I love you, sometimes you make me blue. Sometimes I feel good,
so hard. Ooh, Lord, my trouble so hard. Don't nobody know my trouble but God. Don't nobody know my trouble but God. Ooh, Lord, my trouble so hard. Ooh, Lord, my trouble so hard. Don't nobody know my trouble but God. Don't nobody know my trouble but God. Ooh, Lord, my trouble so hard. Ooh, Lord, my trouble so hard. Don't nobody know my trouble but God. Don't nobody know my trouble but God. Went down the hill of a day, so got happy and stayed all day. Went down the hill of a day, so got happy and stayed all day. Ooh, Lord, trouble so hard. Ooh, Lord, trouble so hard. Don't nobody know my trouble but God. Don't nobody know my trouble but God. Ooh, Lord, trouble so hard. Ooh, Lord, trouble so hard. Don't nobody know my trouble but God. Don't nobody know my trouble but God. When in the room, didn't stay long. Looked only then, and brother was dead. When in the room, didn't stay long. Looked only then, and brother was dead. Ooh, Lordy, my trouble so hard. Ooh, Lordy, my trouble so hard. Don't nobody know my trouble but God. Don't nobody know my trouble but God. Ooh, Lordy, my trouble so hard. Ooh, Lordy, my trouble so hard. Don't nobody know my trouble but God. Don't nobody know my trouble but God. Ooh, Lordy, trouble so hard. Ooh, Lordy, trouble so hard. Don't nobody know my trouble but God. Don't nobody know my trouble but God. Ooh, Lordy, trouble so hard. Ooh, Lordy, trouble so hard. Don't nobody know my trouble but God. Don't nobody know my trouble but God. Ooh, Lordy, my trouble so hard. Ooh, Lordy, my trouble so hard. Don't nobody know my trouble but God. Don't nobody know my trouble but God.
Don't adjust your set. This is not a massive bike. It's just the fact that Lee Johnson stood fairly close to it. This is.
Yeah, look, he stood uphill as well.
I know.
Just so
Oh,
we
he
all
had to
know.
get that, eh?
He had to stand uphill.
It's Davy Todd's superbike. His race-winning Superstock bike is just down there, but we've just come to the end of what has been another historic day at the Isle of Man. And I say I've thrown that quote out a few times that this day's been historic, but it genuinely has. Davy Todd, first TT victory. I think that's the main headline from today, on top of the fact that we saw the Crow brothers take a double win, 2 in a week.
And 120 lap.
A 120 lap.
120 lap. They didn't get the lap record, it's all right.
120.3?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
And
I know my side cars.
and Molly on the podium.
Oh, that was
legendary.
Right, where shall we start?
I think we should start with Davey. Obviously, we're in the Milwaukee tent, and then you said about the Milwaukee. He walked. He says the Superstock bike's over there. That's because it's straight back out again tomorrow.
Yeah.
So quick turnaround. The guys are working really hard. You can't not bet against him for having another go tomorrow. He went toe to toe with Pete and did the business. There was no.
We commentated on it, didn't we? And the way he held Pete off and then stretched a little bit of a gap, you just would expect Pete to come charging on that last lap over the mountain. And he didn't have it. Davey had it in his back pocket. A proper performance from him today.
I said that all along. They said Pete was going to come over the mountain. I said no, my man Davey. Sorry, and they kept ranting. They were banging the Pete drum, but no.
The form book said though that Pete is one of the fastest people over the mountain. But what Davey said to me on the fan park was that Davey loves the last half. So from the bungalow all the way down to Cronk, I don't know if he's as fast or faster than that.
Both because they're short circuit riders.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And that's like anybody that comes from a short circuit loves literally once you leave Ramsey, then it's like, oh, right now.
Yeah.
Because it's not that it's easier because it's physical and it's fast, but it's just not as bumpy, so you can actually concentrate on your lines and
Making a load of time up on the brakes and places like that into signposts. He was just taking yards out of other lads. Proper brought his short circuit to it today.
But it was amazing what we saw from him in the fact that Pete did bring it back to like point one. I don't know exactly what it was.
0.5. He was down to half a second. Yeah, on the third sector, I think it was. So just before Ramsey, and it was down to. And then there was a little bit of traffic, but it was 50-50, I think. They both had it, so yeah, there was no... and the big thing for me was Pete's interview. He was chuffed to bits for Davey. There was no moaning. The first thing he said was well done. He didn't mention traffic, he didn't mention a pit stop, he mentioned nothing. So that shows the calibre of the man as well.
And the whole team's gelling dead well. His pit stops were bang on, weren't they? I know they had a real trouble on Superbike Sunday getting the bike going again. They got all that sorted, that didn't bother them. They just fired fuel in it, off he went. Fair play to him.
I actually found out what the problem with Josh Brooks' pit stop was as well. The tank had vacuumed, so I don't know if the overflow pipe was nipped up or whatever, but the guys said they come in and they were like panicking, and Josh sat there calm as anything and just said, oh, just hit the tank a bang, and they did, and the cap popped open. So yeah, shows you how cool he is.
Cool Aussie.
But that's it, David Todd's got his first victory.
Big time.
Is the first one the hardest to win?
I don't know. Half a one. No, I know a lot of the guys that said, oh, he had a big step to me, and when you're coming in, that it's confidence here, isn't it, Tom? Like once you've got the confidence, and if you're in a team with the ability like Taz has, then that's a dangerous combination. And even it was so nice to see Philip mention Hector. Hector was up there and they showed him the trophy and everything. I know he's been a little bit unwell recently and everything, so for him to see that and get another first-time TT win for that team is a big deal.
It's definitely weight lifted, getting that first one out of the way. Definitely a weight lifted. But he's like in the Supersport race, he was perhaps a little bit overconfident. He thought he had it in his back pocket. He thought, I'm all right here. And then Dunlop schooled him, as Dunlop can do that. So he hasn't gone downhill with that. He ain't lost confidence. He's gone, no, hang on, I just need to bring something else to it. And then the other races, he's got out the blocks quicker, sharper, and he's had better pit boards around the course. And he really monitored his gap today, and that's shows a lot of experience and a lot of intuition to how he needed to approach the last couple of laps.
Well, I say those
grown in stature.
Yeah, that's all those years of coming to the TT. So then one man that's been coming to the TT, and he had his 60th start today with his brand new passenger Jay Roberts, Dave Molyneux, third place on the podium, 4 Manxes in total. And the Crow brothers were just as happy of seeing Molly roll into the winner's enclosure. You probably saw it on the TV. They were just diving all over him.
He's helped them two brothers so much this year, Dave has, and it's weird because there's such a family rivalry originally. Dave and Nick Crow, they were head to head for years. Some of the best cycle races around the TT has come from them two, and that's all changed, it's all gone away. And Dave's put so much time into Ryan and Callum and making the bike mint. And to see them all on the podium, it was so good. They all just big hugs and all. The podium was mint. You've got the 17 times all-time winner in Dave Molyneux, and you've got Ben 14 times, current lap record holder. Then you've got the Crow brothers, 120 mile an hour lap now, 2 wins, and then 2 newcomers to the podium as well in Kevin and Jake Roberts. So it was mint, and it was really well, applauded by everybody around the circuit.
How many TTs has Jake done now?
2.
2. How many has Kevin done now?
2.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
There's hope for you two yet.
1 minute.
Oh, here we go.
Sorry.
Freebie.
We may as well while he's here.
Yeah.
This guy you might know. Davey, come here. We were just singing your praises earlier. Congratulations. Obviously, this is your superbike. We're about 4 or 5 hours after the race. Has it sunk in yet?
I still don't think it has, mate. Really, still on cloud 9 a little bit and absolutely peaking. I wasn't sure in what state I was going out for that Supersport race. I'd not really thought about it, and someone was like, "You best get ready. You've got a Supersport race in 20 minutes." But hopefully, it'll have sunk in a little bit more by tomorrow and get back in the game. But I feel like a massive weight has been lifted off now. So
said that.
Yeah, feels good.
First of many.
I hope so, mate. I hope so.
Thank you, mate. Right, go and celebrate. Look at all the people that are in here. Thank you, mate. Cheers. Go on, sing your hook. There you go, that's it. Another day of TT racing done and dusted. What's tomorrow going to bring? Who knows, because the weather might change it all. We have no idea. Make sure you leave your comments down below. Make sure you're subscribed to Lee's YouTube channel, and we'll see you on the next one. See you later, boys.
See you later, mate.